Good evening. How y'all doing out there? Looks like we're in need of a Rashid. We got a conversational situation we're about to cover, so let's go ahead and see what this man has to say about it.
All right, so I don't know what's going on here. It says at a wedding in Cairo, which is Egypt, the groom attacked the bride.
You know, it's crazy. You sit around talking about Rog this, Rog that, but everything you looking at is straight up ratchet entertainment. It's like you got so much to say about everybody else, but you are literally about to watch a multicultural confrontation, multicultural rogatory. That's what we'll call it. And I know that's one culture, but it just sounds better that way.
Well, you know how that marriage is gonna go. The real question is the father at the wedding?
Bro, why you always grandstanding for females? Don't you got like an alleged daughter you don't protect? It's like, allegedly.
Talk to me. Where's my Arabic speaking people in here? Help us out. There's gotta be one in here that speaks Arabic.
I'm sure if they was there, you probably already banned them.
Where the Rashids at?
There it is. I was waiting on it. I knew there was a gem in here somewhere. I knew there was one coming up. I was just waiting on it.
Oh, she said the man is crazy. But what? Hold on. Damn, and the man at the wedding was cool with him slapping his wife. Damn. Now you guys see why every ethnicity of women just likes taking BBC instead.
Well, for one, no, that's not true. If anything, it's more of a fetish than anything. Two, we're predominantly raised in a matriarch instead of a patriarch, so we're a lot more lax when it comes to the women. And coming from an extremely strict culture where they have usually either oppression or they don't have as much freedom, typically it's a breath of fresh air, but they're not going to go as crazy as somebody who's raised in our culture, you know, this wild child culture. That's what we'll call it, which is why we have shifted predominantly now, because it has gotten heavily out of hand. But yeah, they still have some level of order because how they were raised. So what will make them take to us if they chose to take to us? That's why it's the matriarch way that we move. But on the other end, they still have that other side of the family and that part of the family where everything is big on family and they are ashamed to bring us home. You know, people are in denial about this thing, but hey, everybody knows what it is. Everybody does it. It's like, let's not do that. Everybody does it. We're not going to be in denial here. This is 2024. We keeping it real. We don't need to sugarcoat nothing. Just, hey, cut it out. Just, we're going to keep it 100.
We don't have all these cultural locks and cultural rules. We just backshot you. You know what I'm saying? African you out.
Actually, no, we don't. That's only the lowest common denominator of us. We don't do that. The large majority of us don't do that. Well, the majority of us worth a damn don't do that. Like, we don't even recklessly mess around. So I'm not speaking for all, but you ain't about to speak for all saying that, because that's not how we get down. You can speak for yourself and people like you, obviously, you know, contributing to your situation. But everybody else, I'm speaking for people that move more like how I do, how we move. You don't speak for us. You speak for you.
We keep it smooth. You might not get a relationship out of us. You probably won't get marriage.
That's not even a black thing. That's a cultural thing in the West where the system is set up to rip off the person who has the most money in the court system. So it's not really beneficial, because I'm one of them believers of that too. Unless there's a reason why you couldn't make money, like as far as why, you know, watching kids, or you were predominantly tending to children, then there needs to be some level of that woman being subsidized because she lost work history. She didn't have the opportunity to go to work like she needed to, and she was constantly dealing with the children. So in some aspects, I say, yes, it is fair to, you know, have a monetary split that way. But there's other situations where that's not even the case. There's babysitters. That woman is not doing anything at home, or that husband is not doing anything at home, and after a certain period of time they can take them for alimony and everything, and that's not what's up. They can have the lower income and shaft the hell out of the spouse, and that goes either way. Whoever got more of the money, well, it just is what it is. The court is gonna run your pockets. It's gonna run your pockets.
But you definitely will get some BBC strokes for sure. Niggas, it's rare you'll get a commitment out of us, if you know what I mean.
Look at you. Even you sick of your BS.
And if you do, you'll be waiting quite some time. You said, black men, we real cautious about that type of shit. You know why black men, you know why we're scared of like just commitment? Because a lot of us come from single parent households. We didn't see anybody commit to our fucking mom.
And again, I won't speak for everybody, but again, this is not just a black thing. It's heavily on the decline, and it's been on the decline for a long time. It's the system. Now, if it was truly about what it was supposed to be about, it's no big deal. But this system has been set up as a monetary game. It's been set up as a contract to rip people off, and it's been set up strictly for people to get over on each other. So that's the biggest issue. That's the biggest problem. And it doesn't matter which person has the money. Typically, a lot of times people just be running scams trying to get over on people. And unfortunately, the system was made the way it was to be beneficial and to be fair. But people, they always got to find a way to do things wrong. And we know how people are. They always got to rip somebody off and go to work. I don't know what that's about, but unfortunately, that's how a lot of people are.
So damn, we like that one. What the fuck? Then on top of that, we don't come from a cultured background, so commitment is not something we seen growing up. Now, some of you lucky black motherfuckers in here, you might have had a 2-parent household, but for the most part, let's be real, most black households are not 2-parent.
Yeah, I'll give him that. That's a fact. But from your alleged situation, as we can see, what's your excuse? Because you know better, but yet you refuse to do better. Allegedly.
I wonder if Alexa got that answer. Alexa, what is the percentage of black households that have 2 parents?
Here's what I found. From creators.com, less than a third of black children live in 2-parent households, and illegitimacy stands at 75%.
Close your mouth. No need to leave your mouth open for the BBC. But anyways, Mr. Contributor, people like you are the problem, which is why it is the way that it is.
Oh, Alexa, stop. Wow. Less than a third of black kids grow up in a 2-parent household. You know why?
Because losers like you just believe in back shots instead of taking things seriously or being with women you take serious. So now these children wind up without both parents. Yeah, but you go ahead. You give your reason. I'm sure that's not what you're going to say.
Because you gotta do well, never mind. But for the most part, do biracial. But like I said, black love is a myth. I gotta deal with wigs and blue magic grease 24/7 and fake ass and baby hair all the time.
That's funny. That's funny. But it's right where you belong. That's right where you belong. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. The black women you deal with are like that, but that ain't all of them. And depending on how can I put this, right? Wherever you go, there you are. And as I give this analysis, this is not a judgment on any type of woman. Let me be very clear. and just give this precursor ahead of time. The black women that I'm familiar with, based on the tiers of where you are, they have their own hair. All of it. They don't have on weaves or anything. They don't have BBLs. They're very well spoken, very classy. They are not in, the rougher areas. Now, the type of women that you're capable of dealing with constantly will have these traits. That doesn't make them bad women. I mean, but looking at you, if they're dealing with you, they can't, I don't want to talk down on them, but I mean, hey, maybe you're different in person than you are on the internet. I don't know, but if who you are on the internet is who you are in real life, hey man, they get what they get. I mean, I'm just like, you ain't hiding it, so that's on them. That's their fault. But nah, man. And you say biracial, but the thing is, allegedly, you have a biracial child you still do not take care of. So obviously that didn't change anything, and unfortunately, that's the most I can say about that. But I had enough from this clown, man. This dude is just silly. Like, he'll sit here and sit on the soapbox and talk about something that he's completely contributing to and act like he's not contributing to it. Even, let's just say, for example, that child is not his. You're still condoning, quote unquote, backshot behavior and mentioning children as backshot babies when it's women you don't want to deal with, instead of not dealing with those women at all, contributing to a statistic and an additional problem in society. But hey, what do we know? What do we know? Us with common sense. What do we know? All of us, we're all crazy. We're all bums. What do we know? You know what I'm saying? We just got banned on this chat, so now we're all over here having a party, right? But if you kicked it with your boy this long, I appreciate you hanging with me. Links in the description below, like always. In the meanwhile, I'm out. Have a good one.